Good afternoon, Global Worth. Lahat na nakikinig ngayon sa mahal na hari, si Raja Muhammad Gamar Mamay Hassan Abdurrajak, Al Sultan Gamar bin Abdul Gapar, Sultan Jamalul Kiram III. He will be talking about the treaty, the summary of the treaties from Spain up to the Mapilindo, the relevance and the needed action after this coronavirus to be stopped as soon as possible. Raja Mamay, can you say about the importance of the treaty in relevance to this declaration of the stoppage of the so-called lockdown all over the globe?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alif Lam Mim. Assalamualaikum to all the leaders of the world. I hereby to pronounce all the treaty from first to the last. That I am given mandate by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a sovereign judge. That's why my brain is sovereign judge, my right hand is no one is above the law, my left hand is law and order, while I standing Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. When the first Sultan of Sulu was given title by Raja Baginda in 1450 century, he was the first given the throne known as Saidina Mahasari Maulana Abu Bakar Saripul Hasim, which I am the great-great-grandson as his replacer to stand as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo. When they were left Sulu in 1480 century, go to Spain and Italy and Rome. His best friend is the Pope of Vatican, where they were signed Rome status, which is the Cruz, for 300 years in 15th century. That's why my brothers, sisters, Christian, Muslim, Lumad, and others, we have to unite because we are the descendant of Adam. The Cruz meaning, the one is like letter T, that is the 7 days. Letter T, that is the 7 days. While Sunday is for the Christian, my brother and sister Christian, or Friday is for our Muslims, And the long one is stand for one royal family. That's why we turn it into us. Our wife is Sunday. Saturday is husband. Monday is the son, Tuesday is the daughter, and Wednesday son-in-law. The Thursday is daughter-in-law, and the Friday is grandson and granddaughter. That's why generation to generation, we are shining the 300 years. Upon the expiration of 300 years, there was an extension on 1st November 1881, which is the first throne of the Queen Elizabeth I as Queen of Victoria on November 1st, 1881. That is Victoria Island, Labuan, Brunei, Sarawak Empire for 300 years. And that is the registration of the Mapa de Filipinas Titulo in Holo on November 1st, 1881. That's why Filipinas is the mother title. The capital is Holosulu, that is Lupasu. Before the expiration of 100 years from 1878 to 1978, another extension for another 50 years. It was northeastern, that is Sandakan on April 22, 1903. There was an extension of the British North Pole Chartered Company deed of 1878 through Alfred Den and overvet. They are the trading of the 100 years. So the extension by my uncle Jamalul Kiram II, the deed of the extension of 50 years, that was an additional lease in April 28, 1903. Before that, before the listing of the extension of 50 years, there was a message from the British North Borneo Chartered Company. The code is predecessor of Law 101. That's why the message I heartily support and witness the carrier of this note from to the onwards up to his descendant. The man has the right to overcome the rulers from the division territory from the mainland of North Borneo. The Highness by the guardians of King Mamay and Queen Helen in accordance precisely to the predecessor of Law 101. And then with the proceed of the Mapilindo. Mapilindo, there are two lease agreement. One listed in 31st July 1963, which is the Federation map road of the Federation of Malaysia, Singapore, Sarawak, Indonesia, Brunei. That is chapter 35, predecessor of Law 101. The chapter 35, that is the Commonwealth Constitution and the Commonwealth government, which is caretaker by the England government. That's why the expiration last 2002, it was extended. The 2002 was signed by the John Paul II and was extended by Umalali Saifuddin III as the managing director of Mapilindo and cooperating partner of Brunei in 2006 as the years necessary of the Mapilindo Agreement. That's why the years necessary officially shared by the government of Brunei. My uncle Umalali Saifuddin III. That's why Sultan Hassanal, you have to obey and respect the law of MA 63. This scenario's conspiracy that begin from the Carpenter Agreement was signed on March 22, 1915, when Sultan Jamalul Kiram make an agreement with Frank Carpenter, the governor of America, United States of America. They will agree with the 15 point instead of 16 point. With that 16 point, the America asked for another sovereignty, that is Hawaii, Honolulu. Through Hawaii, the sovereignty of the Carpenter is Hawaii, Honolulu, believe me or not. So the agreement for 100 years, the Sharif power, the power of the Sultan of Sulu was being caretaken by the government of America. American government, especially now the President Trump, honored and returned back the sovereignty power of the Sultan of Sulu. That's why they called Sharif. When they signed the Carpenter, he was poisoned in 1935 by his principal advisor, which is Amirul Umrah. Amirul Umrah is the advisor of my uncle. He is the Sultan of Tuli-Tuli, Indonesia, known as Sultan Bantilan. But he assumed the position of my uncle as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo when my uncle was poisoned, died in 1935. In 1936, Amirul Umrah became as Jamalul Kiram II. This is now the starting of the scenario of conspiracy that begin also with the Bandung Treaty. Bandung Treaty is illegal treaty. You are all under arrest. Illegal treaty because there is a House Bill 42 concurrent resolution by the House of Congress and the House of Senate, which the Secretary is Nene Pimentel. Late Nene Pimentel is the House Secretary, where the 8th Congress, Diosdado Macapagal, and my uncle Abraham Rasul, thesis, and action, and the rest. The 8th Congress was signed the House Bill 42. And April 28, 1950, they must have to honor this. So the Bandung was implemented in 1958. That will create and begin the Jabida and also proceed with the martial law through the Bandung Treaty in 1958. When President Sukarno, Ahmad Sukarno, he was removed by his general Suharto in 1958, Odeta in 1958, where General Suharto succeeded to become the first revolutionary president of the Republic of Indonesia. And then they signed is to start the Treaty of Bandung from 1958 to 1968 authority, 10 years authority through the head, Rashid Lokman from Aceh, and the first chairman is from Maranao from Marawi, Lanao. And the brain of this is Dorog Malonto, one of the senator in the House of Senator of the during the Marcos time, Senator Dorog Malonto, where they create the Jabida. Before the creation of Jabida, Marcos appoint Martilino to become a general. That is called Dante. This Dante create from the 5 person. Diokno, Aquino, Normi, Suarez, Tolentino, Juan Poncinrilli. They are the brain of Dante before they recruit in Simonol Tawi-Tawi. 100 Jabida. When the training ready to be completed for 6 months, Marcos assigned Martelino and one of my HAPSAC officer to go proceed to Sandakan to find a place where the Jabida to put the headquarters. When Martelino already reached Sandakan, Marcos called Dato Mustafa, my uncle. Mustafa, arrest Martelino already in Sandakan. So Martelino arrested. Martelino is not executed. He is free in Hawaii, while the one is ABSAC officer was being liquidated in Sandakan. So that started the recruitment of 100, did not succeed, and extended another 10 years. This is the one, MNLF, Moro National Liberation Front, for another 100 years, for another 10 years, from 1968 to 1968 to 1978, where the stolen document, the lost and found document, was found in 1985. This document actually was brought by my great-grandfather back to Sulu and taken care by my auntie, Auntie Sharifa Indang Haula. A treasure put in the treasure boxes. All the artifacts and the dress as Agong, young the first one, Agong dress inside that box. It was opened by my uncle, Julas Bikiram. When Marcos called by Julas Bikiram, they said, Pinsan, you have to marry the niece of Kiram, which is the young Mastruna, my auntie. When Julasby married my auntie, he appoint by President Marcos as Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo to control the finance of the asset of the Sultanate. He is actually holding the finance for the position as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo. And he has only 4 daughters, no son, 4 daughters. So they borrowed the husband, the wife of Julasby borrowed from my auntie the boxes, artifacts boxes, and brought it to Dato Mustafa in 1968, where Dato Mustafa, brave enough, and proclaimed himself as the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo, and then they proceed to Thailand to declare the Chapter 16 interpretation of native. That's why the Lupasu becomes Suluk tribe. Actually, the source of origin is Lupasu. When Mustafa established the MNLF with the chairman Miswari, which the headquarters in Libya, for another recruitment of 100 years, because the Jabida did not succeed, continued by Dato Mustafa and chairman Miswari. That's why Mr. President Rodrigo Rua Duterte, the Queen advised, follow the Queen advice, the Queen of Mapilindo. Do not follow Gloria Arroyo. Gloria Arroyo is the man of Ramos, Peter Ramos. Ramos is the boy of America. That's why we will not let all the assets of the Philippines controlled by American government, because America is our control. We are the one to control America, not the control that America control the Philippines. Finish the carpenter. Now the authority of the Sultan of Sulu hand over to us, to the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo, which is me, Raja King Al-Sultan Gamar bin Abdul Ghaffar as Jamalul Kiram III, and the Queen of Mapilindo, Maria Makiling Helen Fatima Nasaria Paniluna Abdul Rajab, Josimulan Baginda Ali Elizabeth III. He is now in command to control of all the financial asset and putting the law. So on my advice to the MA63, that is the code. The second treaty is in Manila, Malacanang Palace, September 16, 1963. It was signed by my uncle, by my great-grandfather, the first Prime Minister of Malaysia, and the last King of Southeast Asia, which is Raja Hussein Kamaluddin, known as Tunku Abdurrahman Putra Al-Hajj, and Diosdado Macapagal, Philippines, and Ahmad Sukarno, Indonesia. That's why they are going to protect. Malaysia protect the Sabah and Sarawak territory. Indonesia protect the Kalimantan, Bulungan, while the Philippines protect the Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan, which as now we are going ready to rule, to form a divine government. Monarchy, divine government is the solution for this COVID-19. This COVID-19, it is program, another program again, as a scenario of conspiracy. This brain is the America, Mahathir. I already told you Mahathir, Tun Mahathir Muhammad. You do not listen to me as the grandson. Do not use my own brother. Do not use my brother, because the name, I have my name in the book of Bull Record. January 12, 2003, I know already my name. That's why I documented my name in the Philippines. Where we documented the Mindanao, Sulu, and Palawan for almost 10 years. That's why we have a book, 476 pages, which is received by the Office of the President, House of Senate, House of Congress, DOJ, Chief of Justice. How could you deny this book? And also, the advisor of Murad, you, Said Dauk, you borrowed this book, and then you said you returned to me. Until now, I did not receive the book. That's why they will use it for the BOL, Bangsamoro Organic Law. And now, BARM, stop. As a sovereign judge, I have the right to stop. I am the true Sultan of Sulu and North Borneo. That's why I advise the Queen to put order for you if you will not respect the treaty agreement. There was a treaty, the last Treaty of Paris in 1925, which is the G5. This is the legitimate treaty. G5 is the legitimate treaty, Treaty of Paris. Government of Sultan of Sulu, which is my uncle rule, Jamalul Kiram II. Government of Brunei, England, government of Italy, France, and Germany. This is under the Masun, Treaty of Masun, 3rd, 15th century by the England Magna Carta. The founder of Masun, I want the general, members of the Masun to support the Queen of Mapilindo, to support the Queen of Southeast Asia, because the founder is my great-great-grandfather, Jaina Arabidin Iskandar Julkarnain, known as Sultan Muhammad Shariful Hasim, King of King, and his alias name is Alexander the Great. It was destroyed by this another treaty, which is MAPIA. MAPIA was established by America, Malaysia. America, Malaysia, Brunei, Philippines. This is destructive. They destroyed the Masul. This MAPIA is the one who established the scenario of conspiracy to begin the scenario of conspiracy. They are Illuminati. But for me as the sovereign judge, I have to balance the dark and the light. That's why my right hand is the light, my left hand is the dark. So, since the dark ruled for almost 450 years, more than 450 years, now we have to work together and unite. Let us work together 50-50. 50 for the dark, 50 for the light, and so that we could enjoy each other to rebuild a new nation, which is the Lupasuk, monarchy, divine government. It's begin with the Lupasuk, monarchy, divine government, the source of origin. No country could stand without Lupasuk. The source of origin, it was Lupasuk. It was the Lupasuk only taken care by the England government after the Commonwealth government was endorsed to England. That's why we are proud to my grandma, great-great-grandma, Sharifa Aisha, Queen Elizabeth II. I am your true grandson. I salute you that you are pulled out from the European Union so that the kingdom could return to the Lupasuk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya mengucapkan dalam bahasa Malaysia, saudara-saudara saya 9 raja, kamu patut sokong saya. Kenapa kamu mendiamkan diri? Di mana sedua kuasa kamu? Kenapa kamu kasih lapas kuasa kamu kepada politik sama kepada kerajaan? Patut kamu yang pegang home affairs. Sekarang aku di belakang kamu, kita bersatu, raja-raja di Malaysia, sokong saya supaya ini negara Malaysia dan negara Filipina sama-sama kita the great country sa buong mundo. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu, lahul mulku wal hamdu yahi wa yamiitu wa huwa ala bikulli. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan namu Rabbul Alamin, unite all the tribe and races. Unite us as one, that we are one to support the return of the lost kingdom under the leadership of King Mama and King Helen. Wahyan. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu, lahul mulku wal hamdu yahi wa yamiitu wa huwa ala bikulli. Ipatutuo mo ang totoo, ipamali mo ang mali. Wahyan. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu, lahul mulku wal hamdu yahi wa yamiitu wa huwa ala bikulli. President Rua Rodrigo, it is now the time. Stop the COVID-19. Don't follow Gloria. Gloria is the destroyer of the Philippines. He is not a Filipino. He is the devil. She is the devil. Now, Gloria Macapagal, you are not the son of Macapagal. If you are the son of Macapagal, daughter of Macapagal, you will not destroy the Philippines. I know you are the last Maria. Stop. Also, my brother, Sultan Brunei, do not support my brother. My brother has no name in the beneficiary. You cannot stop the truth. Let us join together and make the ASEAN great again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Congratulations, Raja Mamay, for sharing to us the relevance of the treaties that is very important for today's action. The 5 years ended grace period to the American government, to President Trump, related to the Carpenter Agreement with the Sultan of Sulu and North Borneo. We know that they are trying to claim, and this claim ended to the conspiracy. And the conspiracy now is brother against brother, family against family, fighting for the throne, the crown, the scepter, and the birthright. So Queen Mother Elizabeth II is the caretaker of the sovereignty. She knows that the time has come because of the declaration of the divine government. Who are we, really, to be the one to lead this new generation? First, we are born to be the leader of this era, chosen by God, by Allah. So I thereby asked all those people listening to this voice and to see Raja Mamay there. He is the grandson of Sulu and North Borneo, of Malaysia. That's why the Treaty of Mafilindo is being covered. Conspiracies after conspiracies. Now the conspiracy of the Philippine government, Malaysian government, all the Mafilindo countries still do not adhere to the call for unity, the call for restoration of the new kingdom. We are seated here a long, long time ago because we never been extinct nor out in the premise of the royalty. Many claims, yes, even up to now, someone is trying to steal my name and Raja's name. But since we are now in the rectificatory form of government, whatever you do will be subjected to rectification. There is a Royal Decree 101 that is the redemption, and that is how we already made America defaulted for not adhering to our call. Precisely the point is that the Sultan of Sulu used was Amirul Umrah, Amir Bangsa, the one who conspired with the American government, and the throne was handed to Ramos, who became the Sultan. That's why we have so many claimants, and the claimants gain their proclamation and their recognition to Malacanang, because Malacanang is the caretaker of the throne. And when President Gloria surrendered the throne to Brunei, that's why Brunei now is in control. But however, we know that Malampaya proceeds is being used by Miss Gloria Arroyo. Madam Gloria, we talked it out a long time ago. You are just a caretaker. You are not the owner of Malampaya, nor the oil field, nor the sovereignty. You had been adding to the conspiracy, and you had been so greedy enough to use that budget, helping the government, helping the one there to manipulate the mind of the president. That money is not yours. The holy asset will kill you, my dear sister. Okay? Because we know that this is the time the expose is being exposed. I am now in Mindanao. So all of this, the oppression, the suppression is here. That's why Raja Mamay give you the relevance, the importance of the treaty, that at a certain point you have to go back to the source of origin. And the source of origin is Lupa Sub. That's why it's called Lupa, the territory, the soil, because since before the 54 countries had gained their independence, it was the Sultan of Sulu who gave that independence through the Commonwealth. And our Mother Queen Elizabeth knows that very, very well. Now, people are asking about the agreement. Asking me, where is the Mafilindo agreement? Open the capsule physically, because in February 2nd, we have already opened the capsule in the Bandaraya Bandar in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. So here we go. This COVID is part of the program. My dear President, whatever you do, go back to the one who created you. You are mandated, and it's time that we have to do this together. If you will not adhere to my call, I am now in Davao, and Raja Mamay is here, and the living witness is here. All of you that try to deny the fact, making Ama Ali as the faker, you are all wrong. His twin is my mom. That is Maria Makiling. Now, whoever tries to manipulate the account of Maria Makiling with Ferdinand Edrolin Marcos, you have to pass through me, because that is the holy asset that God Allah given to humanity. There are a lot of assets for sure, but if you are not allowed and you are not the chosen, that funds will never be out of the system. I am here to bring the system back, and the system is in our hands, because the royal family that holds that system is with us. And I challenge those royal family that tried to cover me again because of your greed for money, because you have to dictate the truth. You are all wrong. God, Allah is with us. Thank you so much, Raja Mamay. Thank you so much, Global Earth, for listening. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang Lupasug.